Whether you're a letting agent, an Airbnb host, a deal sourcer, or indeed you offer any service in property, you're going to be interested in this next interview. I am delighted to be joined by Andy Solomon, CEO and founder of Yomdel. And Andy, we first met up with you back in 2014, so welcome back to Property Tribes. So much has happened for Yomdel in the last few years. Give us an overview of the service and how it's developed.
It's really nice to be back, Vanessa, so thank you for inviting me. And yes, it's absolutely true. I mean, Yomdel has gone from strength to strength. We're now working with about 1,400 estate and letting agents across the UK. We also provide support for the Property Ombudsman and a number of other businesses too. And for those of you that, those out there that aren't familiar with Yomdel, we provide 24/7 managed live chat services. So what we're actually doing is engaging with people on a website as and when they have a question, helping them, and for most of our clients, converting leads or helping them resolve issues.
And it's proved very successful, I think, because certainly speaking as a consumer myself, I want an instant answer to something, and that's where chat really thrives, isn't it?
It does, and this is what I call the culture of now. This is where we are living in the age of distraction. People have their smartphones. They have so many different things going on all of the time. Their professional life, their personal life, everything is intertwined. And if you don't capture their attention straight away and engage with them, they're going to move on. So for any business, for anyone looking to engage with their visitors on their websites and their digital spaces and their digital environment, you have to be there for them when they want it, not when it's convenient for you.
Indeed, and that could be at any time of the day or night, actually, couldn't it? Because people, they want answers and they may not be looking during typical working hours.
And indeed they're not, and we see that 52% of all of the chats that we manage on behalf of our clients on their websites take place outside of standard business hours. And in fact the peak time is between 7 till about 10:30 in the evening, and weekends are also fairly steady. So for anyone really thinking about how can they best help their customers, the way you best help your customers is being where your customers are when they need help. And that's often at a time when your office is closed.
Indeed. So just talk me through a typical kind of consumer journey. I land on a website that has the chat facility. What happens?
So you come onto the website and you will, at some stage, you'll probably have a question. You're there for a reason. You're doing your research. Let's say you're a landlord and you're looking to find an agent to manage your property, for example. So you're going around from agent to agent looking at their offer. So what we do is we're there on the website in the background and we're tracking the behaviour of that person. And at a point in their journey on the website, we'll just push a little invitation in front of them, only one in the course of their visit. You don't want to irritate them, and ask them a question. Could be if you're thinking of letting out a property, I could offer you a free rental valuation. Shall we chat, for example? And then if they come in to chat, we can then explain the proposition of the client business that we're representing. We can answer their questions, and most questions that are asked are fairly generic and common questions. And from that we build trust and begin to build a relationship. And in a world where a web visit is measured in minutes, few minutes or even seconds, the average successful chat will be 10 or 12 minutes for say a landlord actually then thinking, you know what? I want to find out more about this business. Yes, please do contact me and maybe I will consider putting my property with you.
And it's definitely proven that having the chat facility on the website does generate good quality leads.
It does, and a lot of them. So for the majority of our clients, what we see is that the Yomdel impact is effectively a 50% uplift in the number of conversions. Now that sounds like a lot, and it's not just a brash claim, it is backed up with statistics. So we will engage with typically 3 to 5% of the people that we target, a small subset. But of those people, a third or more will then convert to a lead. And we see it time and again with our clients. So with UMove, for example, the national franchise group that sells and lettings, we now account for 36% of all of their leads. On the sales side, it's not relevant to landlords, but on the sales side, we work with Fine and Country, for example. And again, we, it's strange, but we generate 36% of all of their valuation leads. And this is a 50% uplift on anything they had before, and we see it time and time again.
Now, if somebody's watching this and they've got a business and they think, actually, do you know what, I'd really like to try live chat on my own site, is it important to work for them that they do have some kind of reasonable traffic and reasonable eyeballs to their site? What kind of parameters would you be looking for to take somebody on as a client, thinking that you can definitely assist them?
At the end of the day, we're only as good as the traffic that's on the website.
Yeah.
Now, we can help advise businesses on how they can get more traffic and more of the right kind of traffic. We can also target people based on their behaviour, so trying to whittle out, who is a landlord and who is a tenant, and target accordingly. But really, if as a business, you have less than 500 visitors a month, there's really nothing we can do. But then the further up you go into the thousands and thousands, we can generate some exceptional results. But as a business, what we do is we'll take a look at the characteristics of the traffic coming to your website, and then make some recommendations. And sometimes that might be, yes, I'm really sorry, we can't help, but we could point you in the direction of people who could help you generate more volume of the traffic, if that's what's important. Or if we can help, we'll explain how.
Fantastic. One of the great USPs, I think, about Yomdal is the fact that it's kind of performance related. So you only get paid when you actually deliver a tangible result. Could you just talk a little bit about the kind of the different pricing tiers you have?
Yeah, I think the first thing to say is that for Yomdal, we view ourselves as being a partner with our clients, and indeed we encourage our clients to work closely with us, because at the end of the day we are representing their brand in the face of their market, in the face of their customers or their prospective customers. So that's a huge responsibility that we take really, really seriously. And as part of that promise to work as a partner with our clients, we're not asking for a subscription or a flat fee or anything like that. We'll either be working on a per lead model, which for the lower volume websites works pretty well for our clients and delivers a very strong ROI, or for larger volume businesses it'll be on a per chat basis, on a per engagement. But again, how we measure success is we define with the client what success looks like, and then the quality of the service that we provide is absolutely sacrosanct. It's absolutely core to the Yomdal proposition. We're working very hard to make sure that our operators are very quick to respond, they're professional, they're friendly, they are getting the right levels of conversions and the right levels of customer satisfaction scores from the visitors. And indeed, for most of our clients, the results are in the mid 90% of visitors who chat are saying, you know what, that was really good, thank you very much. There's a very high satisfaction score. From about 1 in 5 people who actually chat will take the trouble to leave a comment and say thank you, that was good.
Yeah.
So the message really is for all of our clients is to work with us closely, learn to trust us, and we will get the very good results for you.
That's fantastic. And just to finish, Andy, I think this is the way it's going. We've mentioned the instant gratuity, the culture of now. Even I've started using chat boxes on websites. I've got instant answers, and I think overall it enhances the user's experience of that business as well, and that can only be a good thing, because even if they don't have a commercial transaction, then they're going to remember that business as getting a good answer, assisting them, building trust, and I'm sure that business will come at some point in the future.
I think that's very, very true, and it's a completely accurate representation. We live in a very social world, and our social world now isn't just the people we know around us; it's all the people we don't know. It's that digital customer experience then echoes all the way through these different channels, and actually, for Yomdal offering live chat, it's not about live chat as the only thing. Live chat is just one of the things. It's a choice. It's thinking like the customer, not thinking like a landlord or an agent. Think like the customer. Present more choices to them, and they will then choose the channels that are right for them. And if when they choose that channel, they get a good experience and they are able to achieve what it is they set out to achieve, or indeed, maybe they had no expectation, but you create expectation for them, which is a very positive one, then that's really does work wonders in terms of the perception of the brand and the satisfaction that you drive for the visitor. We're always looking, these days when we go shopping, when we go and make a choice, an informed choice, one of the first places we look at are reviews. We look to see what's someone else said, what's someone else's experience been like. And as you say, you don't necessarily need to have bought from someone, but you've interacted with them, and then you go and tell someone else, and they go and buy. And as a lot of our sort of agency clients will sort of say, well, there's lots of tenants out there, but what we need is landlords. But then I remind them, I say, well, every tenant knows a landlord.
True.
And if every tenant knows a landlord and says, you know what, that agent that I've just been dealing with was really, really good, that landlord will then have your name on their mind as well. And so it can work in many, many different ways. So we treat everyone with absolute respect at Yondell. You know, it's important.
Well, I have to say congratulations on your success, and I recognise back in 2014 when we first met you that you had something really good, and it's proven to be the case. So onwards and upwards for Yondell, and if you've got any questions, I'm sure, Andy, you'd be happy to answer them below the video. Come back onto Property Tribes and just answer any questions that our viewers may have.
I'd be delighted to. I mean, after all, at Yondell, what we actually do is chat. So we're very happy to do that, you know. And if anyone does have any questions, of course, please just note down below. I will answer them, and you know, we look forward to being in touch.